Okay, tubers, I'm going to do a quick video on saving seeds. This particular one is on peppers, and these are from last year. Reckon back around September time frame. Good buddy of mine and many of yours sent me some hot peppers. I did not eat all of them. I made some salsa out of a few of them, and they're just, some of them were just so hot that it didn't take a whole lot for the salsa that my family eats to get it hot enough. So I had a few left over, so I saved them, and I overwintered. I let them dry out, and I actually put them in the freezer. My grandmother, she's gone on to be with the Lord, but I tell you what, if there's any gardening in heaven, that woman's doing it. She always told me that in order to save pepper seeds, tomato seeds, better, and peas and beans and squash, it's better to winter them in the freezer. That actually gives them the sense that they have spent the year or the season in and out in the winter. But anyway, all we're going to do is we're going to cut these rascals open. Most of them come open pretty easy, and I just pull the seeds out. You notice I'm wearing gloves because these things, even though it's been almost a year, these are still hot. And these seeds, if you get down near them when you open them up, they'll take your breath away. In fact, in the past I have started coughing from the powder that's in these things, from the seeds. Anyway, get a few of these seeds out, and I'm going to add them to the ones I have here, my little pepper envelopes. And if I end up trading seeds with anybody out there, if you just PM me, and I'll trade you some of the seeds that I've got. If you look at all my videos and you see something you like, you want to trade some seeds for them, let me know. If I've got some extra, I'll be sending them away. Just make sure you put your address on the in the message. And if it's overseas, I don't know how all that works. We'll just kind of deal with that as it comes. But anyway, I'm just going to add them to the seeds that I got here from some other seeds I've collected, some cherry bombs. These are the red hot cherry bombs. Put these in here. And these are the yellow habaneros. And Daniel thought that these were hotter than the cherry bombs. I thought the cherry bombs were a little hotter. You can go back to my video in September, and you can see how it pretty near choked us. It's actually one of the funnier videos I've got. But that's all thanks to MHP, Bobby. He sent them to me, and he asked me to do a video when I got it. And it's a small price to pay for the good salsa that we have. Anyway, these are the habaneros. You gotta wear these gloves because you get this stuff on your hands, and it will burn you if you touch your eyes or anything else. You guys know what I mean. You gotta be careful with this stuff. Some of these are almost so dry that they're a powder, so you try and keep your face away from it as well. But I did notice that over the winter, if you dry them like this, there's not a whole lot of trash that gets mixed in with your seed. This one maybe just petrified. There you go. All right. That's a pretty good mess of seed right there. Anyway, I'm gonna put these in the habanero packet, and pretty good bunch of seed there. Don't want to waste them. Quite a few in there. Make sure you keep them dry and in a cool place. In fact, I'm going to plant a few of these in my greenhouse. Since I got it cleaned up, I got room in here for it, I'm going to do it. The next thing I'm going to be doing is these peas. Okay, tubers. These are peas that I grew in my greenhouse back in January or February. And I had a whole bunch of pods, and I just kind of saved these, and I had them sitting in my greenhouse, and I'm not really sure how they're going to be. They've been sitting in here for a while, but I'm going to go ahead and try and save them. And I may try and sprout a few just to see if they'll sprout. These were pods that I had set aside, and just basically you just bust open the pod, pull out the little peas, these little guys here. Some of them are green, some of them are tan. They were all tan when I bought them, so I don't know if the green will sprout or not. Anyway, I'm just pulling them out of the pods, and I draw them out real good, pull them out of the pods, and package them up. These did not overwinter, but I will stick them in the freezer sometime in the near future and let them sit in there for a while before I plant them again. They're a cold or a cool temperature crop anyway. They don't do so well in the greenhouse in the summer. They kind of wilt. They don't tolerate heat very well. Most peas don't. Some of these are actually brown. They don't look too good. There's what we got for those. There's quite a few of those. And I'll put them in my packet. I may sprout a few of those like I'm doing these other veggies over here, just to see if they're any good. Try and get as much trash out as you can. That is how I save pea seeds. That with peppers. Alright, tubers. I don't know if you remember this or not, but this was, or if you could even tell what it was, this was the tops to all those lettuce plants. There was that romaine, actually it's a buttercrisp lettuce. I've let it go to seed. And if you'll look at these, you wait until they start to after they start flowering, they'll become these little pods with these kind of like a dandelion thing at the top. They have little things that'll fly away. Each one of these little seedlings or these little pods have these little almost like feathery tops to them, and that kind of sets the seed where it'll take flight, and See how that flies off of there? It'll take flight and carry a seed with it, and it'll plant itself. So inside each one of these are these little bitty seeds, and what we want to do is pull all that out and save that down here. There's tiny little seeds attached to those white things. Anyway, that's what we're going to do here. We're going to pull a bunch of these off and start saving these little lettuce seeds. And this is a long process, so I'm not going to bore you with it, but I will show you what we come up with once I get a bunch of them down there. Okay, I've been out this for about 20 minutes, and it's a long, drawn-out process, but it's worth it. See all that? That's enough seed to make quite a few heads of lettuce. Actually, not heads, but lettuce plants. And there's quite a few. What you're going to want to do, not every single flower has seeds in it, so it's kind of tedious going through them, and then separating all that chaff from the seed is not easy either. But when you're done, okay, tubers, I've been out this for about 20 minutes, and this is what I got. There's quite a few seeds there. That's enough to make a lot of lettuce. But just so you know, that's 20 minutes, and really all I did was go through 2 sprigs of lettuce, and it came up with this much. A lot of it, the time is spent separating the chaff from the actual seed. And once you get it down to this, you get all the big stuff out. It's a little easier to get some of the smaller stuff out by just barely blowing into it to get the chaff to blow away. You can see that it's blowing. Just got to be careful, because you will blow your seeds away too, because those guys are little too. My wife says it looks like mouse poo, and it kind of does. So if you get to that point and you see what looks like mouse poo, and don't act like you don't know what mouse poo looks like. I know y'all aren't all that, good that you have never seen mouse poo, but that is what it looks like. If you get to that point, that's about what you're going to have. It's going to look just like this. The other good part is all of this is still good, and you can take this and put it in a bag, and I'll put it in a brown paper bag, and I'll let it sit, and a lot of this seed will fall off on its own in that bag, and I'll go through it when I have more time, and sometime this winter when things aren't going on around the greenhouse, and or out in the garden, and I'll get the rest of this. It'll last a long time. Anyway, just also want to let you know too that each one of these little flowers, they don't always have seeds in them. Some of them do, some of them don't. You can kind of feel them. If they feel thick at the bottom, they might have a seed. But if they don't, you just kind of go on to the next one. But that one did. That one had seeds. Anyway. Let's see if I can get you a close-up of just one seed. Fingers are dirty, but if you can look at that, see what it looks like. It's a little brown seed. Anyway, that's how I save my lettuce seed. I'll take it now and put it in little packets that I made. And like I said before, if you want to trade some seeds with me, just private message me with your address and whatever you want to trade with me, and I'll send you my address. We'll make it happen. I'll send you a dozen seeds or so of whatever I grow that I have. I'll be glad to do it. If you live in out of the country, we'll try and work that out. I don't know how all that works yet, but there we go. That's what we have for saving seeds today. I've saved butter crunch lettuce, early peas, habanero pepper, and red hot cherry bombs. Y'all get a chance to go play in the dirt? Go play in the dirt. Save you some seeds. Until next time, God bless.